Let me know, I don't know if I can see messages, comments, or whatever. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I can see your message while I'm in VR. That's awesome. So check it out. This is just, I still have a lot of work to do, but, I just built this shit right here, and this is what I'm gonna have it loop back to, this building eventually. I'm gonna build more up this way, and it's gonna go back out that way. But let me just show you from this way onward here. Walk down this dock. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. This base is called Beachfront Colony. That's what I called this place. So I'll show you some shit. This power line right here, I found this electromagnetic current, and I put some power stations there, and it generates a lot more power than like the solar panels and all that other crap. Okay, cool. Good to know. I'm gonna go down here. So keep in mind, every little piece of this fucking thing, everything, every panel of wall, every tube here, it takes resources that you have to mine in order to craft. Check out my gun. Yeah, well, I mean, you have to understand that this game wasn't built with, like, construction and shit in mind. This is all stuff that they put in after the fact with patches. So they've done a pretty good job to gear the game towards base building and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, my whole initial idea for this place was like an underwater, like, nature hike kind of thing. Like, you could just walk through, and it would be pretty cool to do in VR. And I think it came out pretty good so far. I still have some work to do, but go a little faster here. Yeah, Fat Man's Nightmare, right? Well, except for the fact that you don't really have to run. I'm still using motion controllers, but now check that out. This is the part where you saw the picture from the outside. So this goes down. I put a few doors here and there so you can come in and out. Hamster run, nice, yeah. So this is all gonna loop back in, and now it goes into this cavern here. See these little sections that are open? This is me like kind of tricking the engine into letting me continue, because it was like building barriers, and it wasn't letting me like go through or whatever. So this is PS4, dude. PS4 Pro. Let me see. So PSVR. That's why it looks a little. It's not gonna be the best fidelity or whatever. But it's pretty good, man. And when you're inside of it, obviously it's first gen VR, so but you gotta buy into this stuff to show them that you want it. So next gen will be a lot better, I'm sure. I'm gonna keep going this way. So I had to build these sections where it kind of opens up to like I said, to kind of trick the software here, because it wasn't letting me connect all these sections otherwise. Going into this cavern. They haven't shown the PS5 yet. Dumbass, that's a development kit. It's not what the final product's gonna look like at all. But yeah, it does. It does look like a vag a little bit. So this is where I built like this underwater thing for my ship, landing platform. It was a fucking pain in the ass to drill this whole thing open in the air for it. Actually, I still have a few little sections that look like they're, unless that's just, sometimes the engine does this weird thing where it looks like there's shit still there, but you already actually mined it. Oh no, there is still. Is there? No, this is just, yeah, it's not really there. That's what I thought. Okay, just making sure. Star Wars, no, this is another sci-fi game called No Man's Sky. So, and it'll go up here. And again, I'm not done building. I got more that I gotta do, but it's gonna be right here. I'm not even gonna have this door here. I'm gonna have this whole building connect eventually all the way over there, and it'll be a total loop. And that's what I have built so far. But let me go back down, and I'll show you why this game was pretty cool to begin with, because obviously this is pretty expansive, this little base that I built here, but just to give you an idea of how big this shit really is, and why it reminds me of some of those old games that we used to play, Jimmy, that Everspace or whatever that you played back in the day. Go ahead and get in my ship. Take off out of here. What do you mean control the local animal breeds? I could farm them if that's what you mean. We're leaving now. Let's go to this space station. I'm gonna recharge my pulse engines. So we're totally full. So this is the fastest speed you can go when you're in a star system. Here we are at the space station. Dock in here real quick. So here's a place where you can trade and do all sorts of shit like that. Oh, so I could use this portal to get to other places, other bases that I have and stuff. So beachfront is where we were just at. I want to see if I could look out the window and see the planet I was just on. Yeah, you could do that. It's not really something that I mean, sure, why not? I mean, you... It's like you could put the stipulation whether or not your base can be destroyed and shit by other players or not. So yeah, actually I guess you could. Of course I don't just allow random people to destroy stuff that I've worked hard to build, and I would imagine a lot of people don't. So yeah. No Dyson sphere for what? Missed that one. Well, anyway, let me get back in here. This is my my fighter ship, by the way. So that's not the planet that my base is on. Oh, there goes my freighter. But here's something cool. So say I want to summon my shit, no matter where I am. That's the planet my base is on over there behind the space station. But actually, yeah. Let me head back in that direction. There's just like random freighters in space sometimes. Sometimes they'll be like at war with each other. Other times they'll be like those green ones that you saw there for a second. Like you could visit those and add them to your fleet if you want. So I have a pretty decent sized fleet right now. I have a capital ship and a bunch of smaller frigates and stuff. I'm gonna get a little closer to my planet, and then I'm gonna warp them into me, so I don't have to go to them. Resource cap? No. Not that I know of. I have a shitload of money. Let me just pull out of pulse engines real quick. Hold on a second. If you look at my inventory, I got mad loot. 189 million credits, 876. I did most of that from farming shit and then crafting really expensive things and selling it on the market. And you get more money in certain systems where certain things are in demand and shit. Let me go ahead and call my oh, here's some random ones just warping in. Yeah, but I'm gonna warp my shit in real quick. Stocks. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Dougie. Here goes my shit though. Go ahead, show you these. So these are all my frigates and shit. If I land in my freighter, my capital ship here, I can send them on missions and stuff to different star systems, and they can bring me back shit that I could sell or use to craft stuff. I also have all my other starships docked in here. So this is my fighter, this ship that I'm in here right now. This is like my best attack ship. But I have others. I have one that I use that's a one of them is my star jumper that I use. I can go way further with each hyperspace jump in this actually than in anything else I found. This is an exotic, so it's got like a special look to it. They're really rare, the exotic ones. When it fucking takes off these like weird little sperm looking things on the back, like turn to the side, it's pretty cool. Shit, dude, I didn't see that message. Could you send that last message again? This was my old star jumper right here, but I replaced it with that exotic. So but I could get in any of these and use them. This was my old hauler, so it's got really good shields and stuff. Buy ships. So you could buy ships. Like, say I'm in here, an alien could land in here. I could fucking buy his ship if I wanted to, or something. Or I could find a crashed ship and like repair the parts on it. So I have to like find the resources to repair each individual subsystem, and then I can take off with it. there are a number of ways I guess you could get ships in this game. But then once you have ships, you can upgrade them, get more slots, even upgrade the class that it is, like from B to C to or B to A to S class. So this is where I would send those frigates out on missions if I were so inclined. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just kind of giving you a little tour. Got another store terminal right there, trade terminal. I could sell shit that they bring back on missions and stuff. But let me go back down to my base. So like I'm actually using the motion controllers, like you grab the stick with a trigger and then like it's like you're holding it like a joystick, you know, and then the same thing kind of with the throttle, you just push it forward. It's pretty dope, man. Good control scheme. Did a good job on that. Oh, there's an alien threat over here. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy real quick before I land back at base. Switch to my cyclotron ballista weapon. That shit is OP as fuck. Yeah, I've got my, oops, going right by him. Oops. Whoops. This guy's flying like a maniac. I'm missing this guy so much. I got some money for defeating that guy. And my standing increased with the Viking. That's cool. Even though my shit's already at max probably. Alright, let me go back down to my base. See if I can land underwater. I was having difficulty with this before. Wasn't reading my hole that I made here. Where is that damn thing? Oh, here we are. See, it looks like there's ground there, but obviously it's not really there. It's just the game having difficulty remembering its own shit. So that's, this is my newest base anyway. Are you still in the stream, Jimmy? Oh, I have like a submarine too, this little thing right here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just show you really quickly. I'm gonna teleport to one of my other bases. Cool, cool. My jetpack is upgraded too a lot, otherwise I wouldn't be able to go up that high on a single jump, which is helpful on this base. So not too much further, I just gotta connect that to this building. Yeah, I'm gonna teleport these nuts here in a second. So you got these system of batteries set up so that it'll keep the base charged at any time, like if there's like a loss of power or some shit. But it's not an issue now because I got those electromagnetic ones. Let's go to Sky Platform Zeta. This was the other base that I built. That was pretty fun. There's another, like, this is my first like ocean world base, so I have more underwater stuff on this one too. But I was just kind of experimenting with this one. System memory. Oh yeah, with the ground, I know. For real, dude. I mean, and like I said, the game wasn't designed initially with any of this stuff in mind. They added it later on. So I think they did a really good job, honestly. Oh, well, I mean, it's generating the whole star system, you know what I mean? Not from scratch, because I've been there before. So once you've been somewhere, it kind of saves the data about that, but it's still got to render everything, you know, a totally different planet and everything else. So this is another one of my underwater bases. Just take you outside real quick so you can get a little quick view. This is another landing platform. This one's considerably easy to land in than the other one, because obviously the whole ceiling is open here, but this is Sky Platform Zeta. So this one goes up into the air. And this is where I farmed a lot of materials that I used to sell before. Just gonna let my jetpack. Yeah, well, there's a storm right now. It could stop raining and clear up, and it actually looks pretty nice. But the other planet is a little more like paradise looking, which is why I selected it. So all these domes at the top of the base here are biodomes where I'm growing various plants that you could use the contents of to craft various things. So these blue ones here, you use those to make glass, which you need to make these biodomes actually. So that helped me for a while when I was still finishing this base and stuff. So I had a landing platform down there at the bottom underwater, and then I also have one up here on top. It's just raining really bad right now, that's why it's all fucked up. But you can see this is what my base looks like. And I'll go down here. See, storm is clearing now, so it should clear up and look a lot better. I had another entrance to the base over here through this island. So this is kind of like a little secondary entrance here. I have another platform over there. So this was my second base that I built, this one. So you can go to any one of these and just call your ship. And that's kind of what No Man's Sky looks like, dude. There's some animals. So I could turn on my visor by bringing my hand to my head and hitting this button. And then I can scan certain things to see what kind of food these things eat. What? What explodes? Check out my little submarine that I got. So all this stuff, I had to earn all this stuff, you know, it took a while. But let's see. And I've upgraded the shit out of my submarine. I think I have like the maximum speed for this thing. Someone's landing at my base, see that? Oh no, he bypassed that shit. But they can land on there. Or down there. These little emerald things right here, these are what you have to use to build underwater tubes and stuff. Gotta collect a lot of this shit. The animals, yeah, they just roam around. They don't fuck with your buildings or anything now. Oh, the animals explode. Yeah. When you click on them a million times, they explode. No, not in this game. This is not a Blizzard game. Although if it was, I'm sure they would explode. No, because, alright, so the way that this works, dude, is like whatever you're not looking at or whatever you're not near is not rendered. And as I move forward in the world is rendered around me. But like if I've been to a planet already, then there's certain key data that's saved about that planet. Like what kind of the looks of certain things and, you know, what kind of animals are there. All that is just saved, you know what I mean? So that when you come back there, it repopulates the planet like it was when you were there. But if you've never been somewhere before, it'll populate some shit for the first time, you know, and it's kind of procedurally generated, you know? But you might come to a planet that doesn't have any water at all. You might come to a planet that's... So my first planet was like a snow planet, actually. So it's like on land and shit. It's not underwater at all. But there are planets that are like really hot. There are planets with no atmosphere where you can jump super high and stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm not really into game streaming. I think that playing your games natively is the way to go. And I know I'm not alone in that regard. It's just better. Anyway, I'm gonna quit out of this. My motion controllers are both almost dead here, but I just wanted to give you a little idea what this looks like. I'll quit out of here now.